Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me. This time I have more Transformers. This is Autobot Skids, or just Skids as I like to call them, from Transformers Legacy. Of course, this is based on G1. This is originally a figure that came out back in early 2022, again as part of the Legacy line. I think originally this retailed for around $25 US. Where I'm at, I got this for around 20 bucks. So I felt like that was a fair enough price for this guy. But anyway, let's move on. As you can see, I've already taken this guy out of the box. You got your Legacy packaging here with some artwork here for Skids. And of course, on the back, you've got the figure and the alt mode, etc. and with the weapons. So I'll move this off to the side, concentrate here on Skids. Pretty cool looking figure. Right away, starting with the accessories, you get a couple of things in the packaging here. So here we get this gun, which is actually two separate pieces painted in silver. Once you get these in, it's a little hard to separate these two, but essentially these come as two separate pieces. The cannon here in the middle is separate from these two side pieces, and you can put them together. The instructions will tell you can take them apart, but like I said, in all honesty, it seems like once this is in, it's staying in place. So there you go. You've got your three barrel gun, which is looking really cool in silver with some nice detailing. The other accessory here is I call it an axe. It's an axe. They don't refer to this in instructions as an axe. They actually say it's a gun that he can hold this way. So you could do some deal like so. Personally, this looks like an axe to me, but it's done in clear blue plastic. Really nice. So it's another accessory that you get in there with him. But that's the extent of it. So then we move on to the figure itself. Nice little figure. As I said, I am familiar with Skids from G1, but I believe he was only in like 1 or 2 episodes, and when he was in there, he wasn't heavily featured, and he kind of got lost in the shuffle, in all honesty. It's probably why this is one of the figures that was not a must get for me, and I was like, if it goes on sale, I'll get it, which is what happened in this case. But he is really nice. You got this nice dark blue deco. If you love blue, this is a really nice dark blue here, which is done really well. You've got the grill here done in silver with the yellow lights, and then you've got the bottom bumper and grill in black with the red. And then moving on down here, you got the silver legs, and we go down here to the rest of the feet with the nice big red feet that look like boots. And of course you got the wings or the doors from the vehicle mode there, kind of hanging out in the back, similarly to the Prowl and Sunstreaker, and no, not Sunstreaker, Prowl. Jazz I think also has this as well. But again, it's a really what I call a classic look for Transformers, with the doors sort of on the sides like wing. Of course you got the arms here. Articulation wise, you do get some nice articulation of this guy, so you guys can see the arms can go all the way up as such. You can move them back and forth pretty much all the way around. You've got your elbows, you got some bicep there, articulation. The hands can rotate, but of course no articulated fingers. The head itself, you can do a full rotation on the head, but you can't really look up and down. You've got waist rotation here, so you can go all the way around here. You can kick forward, and you've got about a little bit over 90, I would say, or just 90. And then you've got the articulation here in the ankles, which is more than appropriate here for this kind of figure. So yeah, I think you'll be able to get this guy in some pretty cool poses. And then moving on down to the rest of the figure, you guys can see him here. Here's the back. Of course, he's got no backpack. This is pretty much the roof of the vehicle mode, so it kind of sits in there in place really well. And here in the back we've got more blue with red. Some things that do bother me a bit is of course all the hollowness here. So hollow here and here. Wish I would have done a better job with covering that, but you know what, for this kind of character I don't mind it too much. It's not like he's Optimus Prime or anything, but he's a nice little car bot there. You see you've got some detailing here on the doors with the red and the blue in clear plastic here, and then also this back part is clear. And one of the things you could do is you could move this back piece and angle it up a little more, because I believe the toy itself had this back windshield higher, but in my case I like to lower it to sort of clean up the overall bot mode here. Yeah, but overall a cool little robot, you know, nothing too bad. As far as our, you know, the transformation here, so I'm gonna take you through that right now. One of the first things to do here is take this, and like I said, just move it slightly up. The arms here, we're gonna take these off to the side, turn them this way, and then we're gonna just move the upper portion of the arm here with this little peg hole here and just have it facing forward. Same thing here, so that we're left with something like so. Then you're gonna separate the upper part here from there, and then you'll see you can start sitting the windshield in place. There are tabs here. This is clear plastic, so be very careful, but they do kind of sit in place here. So you're just gonna just fold that in and it sits down like so. And then there's a neat little trick here with the legs and the waist. So you're gonna take this, fold it 90, and then there's an additional joint here on the abs that you just kind of fold in like so, and just make sure that goes all the way in. Then next thing would be to then take these arms here and you're gonna fold them forward. Same thing here, forward, and just make sure everything's lined up. And then you're gonna take these arms and just rotate them down. They're gonna tab in place into here. There's tabs on the black part, so you just kind of lower this in and they're gonna tab into here. They kind of just sit in place like so. So like that, you're left with something like that. Then you're gonna take the legs here, there's tabs, so you kind of just join these in here, and you're gonna take this black section of the legs, fold that down, and then we're just gonna proceed to fold this all the way in. A couple of things to keep in mind is there are tabs here and here that you're gonna need to tab into the roof here. So when you fold this in, just make sure you tab this in place so it holds it together, and then you're gonna take this here and fold it in like so. And that point, then we're going to close the doors in, and it's going to tab in here, so the door is going to tab in there, and then the other door is going to tab in here. And the last thing to do is the wheels. Just flip them out and they kind of sit in place, and there you go. Here's your vehicle mode. Relatively simple, really nice looking. I believe this is based on a Honda City Turbo. This is obviously not licensed. I know there is a masterpiece version of this guy that is mastered. I do not own that figure. That is licensed, sorry, but I do not own that figure. I think if you're looking for a cheaper version of that, a smaller version that's definitely more affordable, this is a good option. And of course, in vehicle mode, you see the rest of the paint, the red, the silver kind of goes all the way back, which is really nice. You've got your clear windows. Nice Autobot symbol here on the front from the robot mode chest, essentially. Same thing here on the side and in the rear, just there. So he's kind of just there. Everything tabs in place. There are no issues, no drama. I think everything just kind of sits in really well. And yeah, I think he's a nice little car mode. Here's what he looks like underneath. You can see some of his head kind of just sitting there. But overall, no issues with this guy. He rolls really well. Really cool vehicle mode. You can of course take a lot of these weapons and just kind of put them in different places. If you want to put the gun there like so, you could take his axe or weapon, you know, and maybe put it there for whatever reason or something like that if you wanted to, right? So that's really cool that these legacy figures, I had forgotten, come with all these different ports to attach weapons. But yeah, this is a really cool vehicle mode there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons. So here we go with some Decepticons, Runabout and Run Amok. And I always forget who is who here. So adjust that for you guys. And there you go, that's what these three look like together here. Pretty much the same size, so again, they look pretty cool together. So we'll move them out of here. We have another Decepticon here. This is a Reflector from Siege. That's what they look like. Let's move him. Had a Elita one. Again, this is also a legacy release back from 2022. That's Elita 1. Then we'll move on to some other Autobots. Here's Huffer from Kingdom. Hover is smaller, which makes sense. So there you go. Let's move on to Brawn here. This is the Studio Series 86 Brawn. And here's the Netflix Bumblebee. So that's what those three look like together there. Move these guys out. Let's bring in Cosmos. So that's Cosmos and Sunstreaker. Very similar in size to Sunstreaker there. We'll move him out. And here we have him next to DEFCON. The Autobot Bounty Hunter. So there you go. That's what they look like together. Move DEFCON out of the way. And bring in Beachcomber. So Beachcomber is smaller. So that's what these two will look like together there. And a smaller one here, the last one would be Gears. So I think he looks pretty cool with the newer release Studio Series and our Legacy United, whatever you want to call them. They look pretty good together. And then of course lastly, can't have an Autobot without your Optimus Prime. This is the Earthrise Optimus Prime. So there we go. So that's it, guys. Let me know if I missed anything. Of course, feel free to leave a comment, or if you have any questions, certainly let me know. Definitely, I'm liking Skids here, even though he's not a well-known character. I think for the $19 that I spent on it, I think it's a pretty cool little G1 figure there, and I think he fits in really well with all the other releases we've had to date. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your very valuable time, and then I will catch you in the next one. Take care.